Previously on the burner account.
And if we lose to the Giants, Mike McCarthy's fired by the bye week. That's my prediction. If we lose Thursday, Mike McCarthy's fired by the bye week. The Cowboys played the New York Giants last Thursday, and to say that I was not impressed in the slightest would be an understatement of epic proportions, because the Cowboys just didn't look that impressive at all. The Cowboys looked like they were very pedestrian, and this team can't. If you stack up all 32 teams, there may be a handful of teams that the Cowboys, you put them on paper and you're like, yeah, the Cowboys are going to win that game. I haven't felt like that in a while about this team, but it's not getting any better. Julio, I'm going to start with you, brother, man. You watched the Giants and the Cowboys last week. Brandon Aubrey was the hero, as he always is. You know what I mean?
Here lately, he's been the hero.
Yeah. And what were your impressions, man? What were your takeaways? And what do you think moving forward going up against Pittsburgh?
Man, I've struggled a lot thinking about this, and I don't really have anything good that I can say that I took away from that game. Offensively, we're still showing that we struggle producing any type of run game. We still struggle with trying to get the ball to CD and trying to force it to him at times, and not having a second selection or even a third selection at that to throw to outside of CD is starting to become noticeable, not only to us as Cowboy fans, but to other teams as well. So they already know that if they put CD on lock, that's pretty much we got the offense under control. Our running game, non-existent. I mean, to have three backs that produce less than 3.3 yards on average per carry is ridiculous, man, to say the least. Why the hell we still have Dalvin Cook on the practice squad and not moved up to at least give him a shot to see what he can do besides Rico Dowdle and Deuce Vaughn and Zeke that looks tired and worn out? I have no idea why we don't at least give him a chance to see what he can do is beyond me.
That scares me to think how bad Dalvin Cook got to be that we won't even let him play in the game.
Yeah, to not even give him the opportunity to showcase what he can do. I understand that he's an older running back, a more seasoned running back. Let's put it that way. But I don't see the harm in allowing him to try to see what he can do. It can't be any worse than what we have right now. Let's just put it that way. So for me, I'd love to see him get that opportunity. Now, as far as the defense goes, oh, man, I don't even know where to start with the defense. Obviously, everybody knows that we can't stop the run for anything, not even to save our own lives. Teams are still able to, even a team like the Giants, and not taking anything away from the Giants, but at the same time, we all know as football fans what the Giants are. They're not the greatest franchise in the world, and for them to be able to produce some sort of running game against us shows where we need help at, where we're still struggling at. And not only that, now to also see that we don't have a corner on the other side of Diggs that can match up with, a decent receiver is starting to be super, super concerning. And all I can say is if we continue to play the way that we've been playing right now up to this point, it's going to be a really long season. And I'm normally the guy that's always on the podcast. It's like, we're going to win by 40. We're going to the Super Bowl. We're going to make the playoffs. And right now is the first time that I'm going to officially say I'm worried. I am actually worried about our team's future moving on for the rest of the season. I don't see us, man, I hate to say it, but right now, the best team that I've seen on Sunday play in our division is the Washington Commanders. And that's to say a lot, man, because if we think about the Washington Commanders last year, they were a joke. Everybody laughed at them. Everybody was like, "Oh, that team sucks, this and that and the other." And now it's like they're the scariest team in our division, in my opinion, right now.
Hey, who's the
So
coach for the Commanders?
Dan Quinn,
Hmm. Hmm.
our old defensive coordinator. So yeah, man. I mean, to me, right now, especially with injuries to Micah Parsons and D-Law, I don't see anything good right now. I don't see an upside to this. I know that we have a couple of weeks before the trade deadline, and I hope and pray that we do something with that opportunity. But knowing Jerry and Jerry doing Jerry things, more than likely we're just going to say that we have the best team possible out there right now, and really love our players.
Changes.
We love our players, and we think we have the best team out there that we can, a better team than what we had last year, which I don't know what the hell he's smoking, but please pass it so that way we can all take a hit and we can all be delusional as well as you are right now.
Hey, we're definitely falling apart defensively. I mean, we suffered two big injuries with Micah and Tank this last game. Multiple weeks that they're gonna miss for both of them. I think Tank's got a Liz Frank injury. They're calling it like a high ankle sprain, but it's also like he's got a fractured bone. Micah's out. They're both walking around the star in a walking boot and a little foot scooter. You got Carson hurt, I believe. So then you started Booth. Booth was terrible. It's starting to be more and more evident that maybe we should have paid Stephon Gilmore. He wasn't asking for a lot, but he would have been a solid number 2 behind Diggs, especially with Deron Bland out injured. So your defense, you're missing players. We signed, what was his name? KJ Henry?
KJ Henry from the Commanders practice squad.
From the Commanders practice squad. And that's what they're saying is, hey guys, relax, help is on the way. I think he had like 1.5 sacks last year.
Yeah.
So I'm not encouraged by the moves we're making in the front office. The defense is, if we couldn't do anything with Tank and Micah on the field, imagine what the run game and run defense are going to look like moving forward until they come back.
It's going to be wide open.
It's going to be downright atrocious. The offense continues to sputter. Brandon Cooks is MIA for most of the game. You can't find his ass. You'll start the game off with a nice catch, and then that's it. He's like, all right, did my job. It's like, okay, we need more contribution. So at this point, run the football, double CD Lamb, and you're pretty much guaranteed a victory against the Cowboys. That's where we are right now, and you'll still have people that are out there that are like, oh, you paid Dak all that money.
Yeah,
it's like, bro, get off that horse already, dog. Like that's not the issue. I'm not saying he makes things just tremendously better, but bro, we give up 300 yards rushing. Yo, Dak.
That's the world we live in, bro. That's the world we live in. Everybody wants to blame Dak every chance that they get. Oh, it's Dak's fault why we're losing games. That's why we're not producing. That's why we're not, winning anything the way that we're supposed to be winning games. You know what I mean?
Sure.
So I think that the set expectation from a fan standpoint, especially those that are a little delusional like myself, that you like to think that we will win every game by 40. It's not happening. And because we are losing these games, some of the games that we're quote unquote supposed to win, people are going to find somebody to blame. And who better to blame than the quarterback of our team? And we've always known this, especially those of us that, have played sports before. The quarterback is the one that normally gets leaned on the heaviest whenever there's a loss. They're the ones that take most of the blame when something bad happens. And then when something good happens, credit goes to where credit's due, right? The wide receiver had a badass game. The running back had a bad. The defense played really good this week, that kind of thing. But whenever they lose, it's always, well, if the quarterback would have done his job, then maybe we would have won the game. When that's definitely not the case here.
Hey, let me ask y'all a question. Over under. If you had to put a $1,000 bet right now in Vegas, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they say here's the bet: Zeke will have over 800 rushing yards in the season. Where would you go right now?
Wait, what? He would have what? Over 800? You said
over 800
I would bet
rushing
against
yards.
that. I would bet against that.
I'm taking the under. I'm not taking the over.
Okay.
I'm taking the under.
All right, 700,
Under.
600,
Under.
Yep, under.
500.
Under.
For the season, right?
The whole season.
Are we talking about total yards or rushing yards?
Rushing.
Under.
Fuck. I'm gonna say under.
What's his average right now? Give me that.
His average right now,
man.
I think it's 2.3 a carry. I have to look it up. Give me a minute. While I'm looking that up, y'all go ahead and discuss.
And we're rotating three backs.
We are.
Including
I
him?
think over 500. I would take that bet on the over 500. But anything past that, I'm like, bro, give me the under, because he is. Why did we bring back Ezekiel Elliott? He doesn't start.
Okay, so real quick before y'all keep going, Zeke as of today has
3.3.
averaged 3.4 yards per carry in the
Ooh,
2024 season.
I said 3.3. I was close.
And what does he have
3.4
total right now?
100 what?
Right now, for the 2024 season, he has a total of 81 rushing yards.
81 rushing yards.
With 24 carries, 1 rushing touchdown. That's what he has right now.
And we're how many games into the season? 4?
Game 4, 5.
4.
So we're going into 5?
4. We're going into 5.
Okay, so in 4 games, he averages about 20 yards a game times 17.
Is that over 500?
Hold on. The real question is, what did we pay him to bring him back?
$5 million.
That's irrelevant at this point. He's not producing.
No, it is irrelevant. But
it's irrelevant.
You couldn't spare an extra $3 million and went and got Derrick Henry? I know we beat this horse to death. We
didn't want to insult him.
But I'm just saying. Like,
so here you go.
Do you realize
averaging 20 yards per game, as you said, based off of the current stats right now, for 17 games, you're looking at 340. Yep. 340.
He's under.
So you were wrong, Joe.
Dang. He'll have a solid game where he hits like 95, 100 yards.
Hey,
I hope so. For his sake,
to carry your 1 in your math, sir. You were off.
I did.
By a little bit.
I did. So that just tells you, man. Like, I saw a stat thing. I can't find it, but it was just like they compared Derrick Henry to all 3 of our running backs.
Yes.
And like he's got something like 5 touchdowns. He's got like almost 500 yards rushing. And our guys combined, we're not sniffing anywhere in the realm of what Derrick Henry's doing right now.
The man burnt cornerbacks, bro. Cornerbacks are supposed to match his speed. He burnt them, left him in the dust, my guy. And he's older than everybody on that field.
And bigger than everybody on that field.
Make that make sense.
Somebody test that man for steroids.
But yet, we can't afford them.
He's averaging 4.7 yards per rush.
How many touchdowns he got?
Hold on.
think
I'm
like
trying to get all that up
is it
right now.
I
5 or
thought he
6?
was averaging like 6 yards a carry.
He has
Let
those
me-
long runs. That's what the breakaway runs.
Tied fifth for carries, yards. He's tied fifth. Okay, I don't want to know all that. 56 rush attempts, 281 yards, 4 rushing touchdowns
Here's the
this
stats
year.
right here, boys. He's got 80 rushing attempts already. That's 20 a game. 480 yards rushing. He's averaging 6 yards a carry, 5 touchdowns, and 5 receptions.
Bro.
He's outperforming our whole backfield by himself.
Yep.
Jesus.
I mean, look, when you have an elite back like that, that's what happens. Zeke, his days of eliteness are gone.
They were over the
Non-existent.
last time when we let him go. I don't know
Yes.
what the hell was like. We should bring him back.
That was a great idea.
Hey, come on. Y'all
We
know
need
why
a
we
we
brought
need
him
a
back.
we need
Y'all
a back
know
that
why
can
we
pass
brought him
block.
back.
That's why.
Bruh.
Not only that, but to appease somebody else in that backfield. So look, man.
Let me guess. You're gonna blame Dak for
I'm not
bringing Zeke
blaming.
back?
I'm
Yes,
not
you are.
blaming. I'm
Just
not
go ahead and
blaming
say it,
that.
man.
But I
If
am
you have hate in
saying
your heart, let it out.
Let
It's
it
okay.
out.
when you act like you miss your best friend for a whole season and you pout and you look like you lost your dog and shit,
Oh my God.
and then they bring him back, and now we're in the boat of you can't produce shit for what we brought you back for.
Oh, Julio done left. You done
That's
pissed him
just
off.
like,
He's
and
tired of
I'm
the
not
Dak slander.
I'm not blaming Dak on this either, but if I pay you that much money, I better have a ROI. Yeah, like I need to
The
see it.
ROI is down right now.
How can you have ROI if no one else around you is helping with that?
I mean,
How can you have that?
The offensive line ain't blocking. They're turnstiles. Zach Martin looking the worst he's ever looked, but he's
Bro.
also the
Zach
oldest
Martin,
he's ever been.
Joe, how long has Zach Martin been playing, bro?
That's what I'm saying.
Forever.
It's been a minute. It's been a minute. You got to cut
But then
him a
you only
break,
have
bro.
one target in CD. Who else do you have? Brandon
Terry-
Cooks is non-existent, just like Joe
Terry
said.
still looks bad.
Where's Fergie?
Tyler
Where's Fergie?
Guyton.
Ferg is MIA. I mean, the last game he caught, I think, one
Ferg
or two
was hurt,
receptions.
but he's come back and he's still not doing nothing.
Yeah, he's not doing nothing. So again, what do you
But he
have
can
outside
only
of
do what he
CD?
could do. Like if Dak don't throw him the ball, he can't catch it.
Can I ask you a question?
You know who's coming up as a pass catcher is Hunter Lipke.
Yes,
Lipke, bro,
Yeah.
our fullback.
I think he probably has more rushing yards than the three running backs combined too.
Dang, bro.
You know what's sad? I didn't even know we had a fullback.
Yeah,
I didn't know that until
the great white hype.
They should run him like they ran Mike back in the day for Tampa. Mike Allstock. Just give him the ball, let him run.
That's
it. Bruiser.
Do y'all think? And this is a real question for me. Do y'all think that we're tanking this season to get rid of McCarthy on purpose?
I don't think it would take your team tanking to get rid of McCarthy. I do think that if McCarthy goes on a bad run of losses here, his days are already numbered. I don't know if Jerry's going to get rid of him during the season just because he's like, I don't want to pay him to sit at home and collect the check. I think Jerry's going to ride him out. And if we don't make the playoffs, as soon as the season's over, Mike McCarthy better have his brown box packed. Same thing for Mike Zimmer. Mike Zimmer looks like he can't figure it out. His defense, I don't know if he's just
lost on the sideline.
He's gotten soft and he's just like, I don't want to step on nobody's toes. But he just doesn't seem to have that same fire. All the exotic stuff we thought we were going to see, the creativity in his defense, we don't have it.
Non-existent.
everybody just kind of looks like they're doing their own thing out there.
And I think partly for on the defense behalf, I think it's partly because of due to injuries and due to, you know, us not having the proper personnel to be able to run some of these exotic packages. I think that's a big part of the problem because again, we don't have what we need to be able to stop a run or to provide a good rush. And we definitely don't have the secondary right now to be able to do anything exotic, in my opinion. So he's kind of stuck with what he has and he's trying to work with what he has, but there's nothing that he can do to make it work, especially when you have players that are hurt out. So
I agree. I mean, I don't know if that the injuries and stuff buys them a pass, but when you brought him in here, you didn't bring him in here with the idea of,
yeah,
hey, you know, we're going to be patient. You brought him in here like, hey, this is already a good thing. We just need you to make it better against the run, and it's same stuff.
I agree.
There's been no improvement there.
Yeah.
So not only have you not improved against the run, you're worse for takeaways. You're worse for quarterback pressures and sacks. So you're going backwards at this point.
Yep.
What do you do? So with that being said, we got the Pittsburgh Steelers. Really quickly, we'll go around the room here. Jay Hadd, I'll start with you. Do the Cowboys beat the Steelers Sunday night?
No.
Wow.
No,
You
we
believe in
do
Justin
not.
Fields like that?
Hey, he's been playing his ass off. He's been showing Chicago, hey, this is what you got rid of. Watch. I'm gonna show you I wasn't a problem in Chicago. And he's been doing that. So we got JJ Watt. That's probably gonna be in Dak's throat all night long.
You mean TJ Watt?
TJ Watt. Sorry, not my bad. JJ, hey, I still love you, big guy.
He misses JJ.
We talk good every week. Me, him, and Tom. We have a. My bad, not JJ. TJ. TJ is gonna be in that backfield often.
The three bad hombres chat.
It's gonna be a long day, bro. It's gonna be a long day, long night for Dak. I feel bad for him. I really do.
Julio, what about you, man?
I mean,
are we winning by a whole 40, or is it going to be less than that?
For viewers' sake, yes, we will win by 40. We're going to bury their asses. We're going to torch them all the way up and down the field, and we're going to hold them to 10 points. That's what we're going to do. So it's going to be 40-10. Dallas wins.
I mean, I could definitely see the Steelers having 10 points, but I can also see us losing, even though they only scored 10 points.
Bro, it's gonna be 56 to 9. Watch.
Damn.
Watch.
Okay. Well,
56 to 9.
Coming back down,
they got a 50 burger on him anywhere.
Coming back down to earth. Realistically speaking, I mean, I think the Cowboys will win. I don't see anything that the Steelers can produce that by their offense that scares me or that tells me otherwise, that they'll be able to just, beat us down that bad anyway. Not no 50-something points. If they do happen to squeeze out a win against the boys, it's going to be, I'm going to say, either by a field goal or maybe by chance by a safety. That's it. Man. And that's just because, and that'll just go back to what Jay was talking about earlier, was that, if our offensive line plays the way that they've been playing here recently, and TJ Watt being the menace that he is, I can see him, causing some havoc for us in the backfield. But for me, I think we win the game. I don't think that we'll lose to Pittsburgh. I think we do go into the Steel City and steal one from them. And I say it's going to be a really tight game. I'm going to say it's going to be 13-10. Dallas wins by a field goal. Because right now our star that shines brightly on the Cowboys that we can rely on
The
Mr.
only
Brandon
one.
Aubrey. I got to take my hat off to him. The man can hit a field goal from damn near 70 yards deep. If they let him try it one time, I bet you he'll hit it. So,
Except for
Hey, bro, a little conspiracy theory for you. The spread was 5.5 points, and Brandon Aubrey misses a
missed.
40-something yard field goal.
bro,
He's
Wide right.
nailing them from 60 plus, and he misses
and he
a
misses 40. Yeah,
yarder.
I
Come
saw that
on,
too.
man. Come on. Vegas would have been out. Come on, bro.
Bro, you know they called and said you better miss this field goal. You better miss this field goal.
A phone call was definitely made at that point.
But yeah, I see the Cowboys taking that this Sunday night. So give me the Cowboys 13-10 in a win, in an upset in the Steel City.
And I just want to point out, now y'all said that y'all don't think we're gonna get beat that bad by the Steelers. We didn't think we were gonna get stomped by the Saints either, and it happened. So I'm just saying
The Steelers are not the Saints in any capacity.
They're not. But hey,
I
any
could
given
see this
Sunday.
game 21-17 Cowboys, something like that. But the Steelers, by no stretch of the imagination, are the Saints.
Bro, we don't have a defense, Joe. We have
And
no
they don't
one.
have, and they
We
don't
have
have an
practice
offense,
squad.
Jay.
And they don't have an
They
offense.
don't have an offense, Jay.
Okay.
They don't.
All right.
You gonna call Mr. Unlimited Russell Wilson off the bench to come score some points?
They might.
Let's ride.
They might mix it up, bro. You don't know.
Mike Tomlin, he's sticking with Justin Fields until otherwise.
Yep.
They'll be playing like the Rowlett Eagles, switching in and out quarterbacks every other play.
Just whatever sticks, right?
Yeah,
bro.
Terrible. We'll say a prayer for the Cowboys, and we'll see what happens Sunday night. I hate the fact that we have to wait until Sunday night so that I can either go to bed pissed off or go to bed on a high note.
Yeah.
And you can't go to bed. You can't go to sleep because you're so hyped up that we won.
I'm saying, bro. So we'll see how it all shakes out, but Cowboys, Steelers, Sunday night, we'll see.